Wow, what the hell's going on with our video there? That was really weird.
I don't know.
It didn't seem to work. Did you get that? It sped up and then it slowed down and then it got really in a hurry at the end. Anyway,
good enough.
Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joined as I always am by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair. It looks a little flat today, Jen.
Thanks.
Jennifer
right off the bat.
Doring in Hayden,
Good.
Idaho. Not as quite as lustrous as it usually.
Well, you know what? There and another one. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
You're on my list.
You just got to tease your woman, guys. You got to keep her teased so she's.
I am not your woman.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just an example of how to handle a woman when you have a woman.
Yeah, tell me how to handle
me.
You're
not my woman.
And I'll handle your ass.
Wow, we're off to a good start. We're off to a great start today. It is a Tell the Truth Wednesday, so we're going to tell the truth. I'm going to start with a little bit of truth. I have a little bit of Baratel to add to everything. Where's my Baratel? There it is. Okay, so I got a date the other day of August 21st for the revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar. I posted it on Telegram. I think Wolvie reposted it. I just want to tell you guys what I was told was inside information from an Iraqi government contact turns out to have been supposition on the part of my contact. Now, it was informed supposition, I will say that, but it is not direct inside information from the Iraqi government, which is what I was told. And then you always got to be suspect because you're told on Saturday, don't repeat this to anybody. And then you're told, well, okay, you can repeat it because now they're talking about it publicly. And then you find out, exactly who's talking about it and what they're saying. And you realize they're reading the tea leaves more than they are counting on inside information. Now, these people do have some contacts. In this case, it did not come from them. So does that mean I'm pulling back on the August 21st thing? Well, yeah, what I'm going to say is the August 21st was never a real prediction from anyone inside the Iraqi government. However, not to put Jen on the spot, because Jen always thinks I'm putting her on the spot when I say this. I just want to remind you, Jen told you 2-3 years ago, August 23rd, God wins. And I found the timing of these other things that were happening in the background in Iraq, which I do confirm are happening, is right about August 21st, 22nd, 23rd. So as you know, the planet is big and it spins. And right now it's actually August 15th in some parts of the world, like Australia, where we have a special agent. So it's definitely could be a little very late on the 21st for our timeline, would in fact be the 23rd in Baghdad. So keep that in, something like that. So that's where we're at. That's all the information I have. I would say cool down on that one a little bit. Jen, just checking with you. Anything in particular new that you got for the audience, or shall we just wait and get prompted by questions?
I'm looking back over the readings. If anybody asks me, what I'm looking at right now is lining up with the Gentel. On the cusp of notifications, we're waiting for numbers to move. WTO information is important, something with that. We have to finish 4A. Best estimate is next week, and I'm looking, that's the week of the 19th through the 23rd. And at this point, that's all I know.
The 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, guess what? That all lines up. So,
and that's what I'm looking for our tier to begin, our notifications, posting of a rate, something like that for us to start.
That's what we care about. That's what we.
Well, yeah.
The other information is that my bondholder contact, the guy I called the bondholder, was very excited he was going to get paid yesterday. I have heard nothing. That doesn't mean he didn't get paid because he could be under an NDA. But I have not heard any update on that. And the guy who's been feeding me information around that, I would say make a call or two and get back to me with what you know. But I suspect it hasn't happened yet. I know Mark had some bond people that are telling him they've been paid, but they're not people that he knows personally, so he doesn't trust it 100%. So, Jen, let's ask that. Are the bond people finally being paid out? You know, the German historic bonds, the Yellow Dragon bonds, the people getting their commissions, are they actually getting paid?
The only ones who are really waiting are the brokers.
The brokers?
For commissions.
Okay.
What I see for all those people is that they do have some kind of money in hand. They do have their money in accounts. But that doesn't mean they're aware of.
And Mark is going to the bottom line.
Nobody's going to be able to spend it all until we go to gold.
Until you can spend, but you should be able to spend some of it, right?
Yeah. So like you're going to get some fiat money to spend
like
now.
1% we talked about, right?
Mm-hmm. But until such time as the country has, you know, if that's what they're going to call it, the USTN notes, the U.S. Treasury notes, and that is recognized currency. That's what I want to talk about. Until such time as that is recognized currency, it has to sit in that account. And then when they announce, okay, the United States has to go to gold. Everybody else did. We can't compete. Dollar's crashing. This is what we're going to do. This is recognized currency along with fiat dollar for a period of time. And then you'll have two prices. You'll be using two currencies. And that will be our exchange period. And when that's over, we'll be fully to gold. So I don't know if it's at the beginning of the announcement that we can have full access, probably because people on the street will be using both kinds of currencies, or at the very end. I think it's probably at the beginning. So let me ask you a question. Now, why would they take in currencies and bonds?
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. Treasury, okay, and say, on the off chance that maybe someday, on a conspiracy theory, that we could someday possibly go to a gold-backed currency. Okay, so we're going to take your instruments of debt. We're going to take your possessions from you. And we're going to give you this money in notes. And maybe someday you can have it. And then banks are so sure about it that they're going to give you 1% in fiat dollars. Just in case.
Loan on your money.
Just in case we should ever do that. No.
Yeah, it's happening.
Nobody's ever going to do that. They already know. It's already set up. You don't just like, oh, hey, you know what? Maybe we should go to gold. Okay, let's just go to gold. And we've got all the currency and we've got everything all set up all over the place to handle that, right?
Yep.
No. So rest assured that if the United States Treasury and large banks are standing up and saying, okay, we'll take in your currency, we'll take something of value from you, we have to give you something of value for that. We're going to give you U.S. Notes, and we're going to hold it in this Treasury account, and then you can have it someday. But the bank is so sure about that someday, or, well, yeah, that sounds like a good day. Maybe someday we will do that. And maybe someday this Treasury account will have some kind of value, and we'll loan you some fiat money to play around with now. It's already done. It's already happened. It's already signed. It's already legitimate. It's just about the rollout. It's just about time periods. There's no way that a bank, you're going to go into a bank and say, well, you know what? I think maybe someday the spoon collection is going to be worth something. You guys want to hold my spoons and give me $5 million?
And that's
They'll
also
laugh you out of the building.
That's also interesting where they talked about with the Zims, you're going to get a down payment, and the down payment was an outrageous fee. It was 500 million on what will eventually be in a gold-backed currency a value of 2 billion per 100 trillion dollars Zim note. At least that.
Well, that's new information. Where did we hear that again?
That was from somebody.
Well, I mean, was that like through somebody we know?
Yes. It's somebody that I know and trust. Yeah, I mean, I trust that he's always telling me the truth about what he knows and what he hears.
Okay.
And boy, if I got 1%, if I got 500 million payout just on my Zim in fiat, I'm doing good. I'm not.
Well, I'm wondering if that's like a top, like a cap, like. If you're going to get 1%, are they going to just take all your currency and other stuff and say, okay, you can have 1% of this, and then for the Zim, you can have 500
million. Maybe it's just one payment of 500 million on all of your Zim. I don't know, or maybe it's per note. I don't know, but it would still be a substantial.
I'm thinking it's per bondholder, and that's probably some kind of cap.
Yeah.
For that period of time.
Yeah. For the interim period when they don't want anybody to talk about things. So.
Yeah, and so we know that people have turned in their bonds. Mm-hmm. Okay, we know that big groups have turned in their currencies and bonds. Why would that even happen if this was not already set in stone?
Yep.
So you're gonna go. So the treasury's gonna take all your valuables. Okay, they're gonna put it in an account. This giant bank is gonna say, okay, let's give them millions and millions of dollars that they can run off and spend. What are they gonna have? What's gonna happen if they don't go to gold? You gotta give it back.
Yeah, there's no chance. You're right. There's no chance.
There's no chance you're gonna get a 1% from a bank.
Yeah, there's
no chance. Doesn't know absolutely for sure that this is ready to go. They've got the gold back in the vault. They've got assurances from the treasury that we're doing this. There's absolutely no way they're going to give you millions of dollars or any kind of money without something to back it up that is legitimate and has value.
Okay.
They know. So anybody questioning if this is going to happen, don't. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Okay.
There you go. Okay, about 1,000 of us here in the live stream today. Just quick reminders, no advertising today. Don't forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus. Pick up some stuff. Use the discount code ALIEN in the wholesale tab. Get your deals on CBD products. MikeBarrettPets.com. Please go there and visit all kinds of wonderful mushroom-based supplements for yourself, for your cats, for your dogs, for your horsies. Don't forget also to go to Miles Franklin. If you're going to purchase some gold, absolutely go to Miles Franklin. Please, in your email or your order, let Andy know that you heard about Miles Franklin from my podcast, Mike Barrett podcast. Also, Ledger Nano S hardware wallet for all of your cryptos. Pick that up. Link in the description, along with links in the description to all of our other sponsors. And Jen, shall we flip over to jenniferfallah.com? By the way, about 1,000 of you in the live stream today. Do we need to say anything about jenniferfallah.com? Want to flip over there?
You can go there if you want a reading or a healing. That's where you go, jenniferfallah.com. I don't have anything specials up or anything. If you want an easy way to get a reading with Susan Gratz or have to get services done by Marcy Hell, they are also listed there. Just scroll down. That's where we are.
JenniferFallah.com, YouTube, yep. Jennifer Fallah Doreen, Philosophy 8 on Telegram, Jennifer Fallah Doreen on Telegram, Philosophy Chat on Telegram is where you can find Jen. And because we only have her till 11 o'clock tonight, we're going to do a very quick jump to questions. So the best way to get your question answered is to go to the Rumble channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen, not the account, but the channel. Please make sure you're following us on our new channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen. Then you can hit the subscribe button and you can actually, where is it? You can, Jen, where is it? What do I do with it? Microsoft Edge tab. Okay, I want to share.
And let's get more like serious questions and not more, with all the what's my spirit guide name, and let's get to people who've got real situations going on.
Slide on over to the Real News Live with Mike and Jen channel on Rumble. Follow us, and then you can hit the subscribe button, and you can subscribe to the chat. $5 a month. That supports us because you get your questions answered first. Okay, let's start with Sarah. $5 a month subscriber, a little red castle next to her name. I had some kind of allergic reaction and have broken out in itchy hives on my legs. It started yesterday. Can you tell me what's causing it? Is it something I ingested?
Weird. I'm coming around to the back and in the spine. Something that sits in the spine. So
that's like a retrovirus. Oh,
there's go get that checked out.
Yeah, and try a run of ivermectin. It can't hurt with a retrovirus.
Yeah.
Do both those things. Go to the doctor, get checked out, and start taking ivermectin. Go get some. If you don't have some, brooksagnew.blog. Go to the therapeutics and pick it up there. Beth, my little red castle isn't showing. Beth, I see your little red castle. That's why I'm reading your message. So there you are, now a monthly supporter. Sandy Ballone, also known as Beth. Okay, got my castle back. So asking again, I have a question for Jen. Will my daughter Emily be getting a new job soon, possibly as a bank teller? Will Emily be getting a new job as a bank teller or something else?
Not seeing a bank teller, but it's definitely in finance.
Cool.
I don't see her at the front dealing with people. I see her in the back doing something.
Okay. Also, a reminder that we need your real name and the name of the person or pet you are asking about. Hello, Mike and Jen. Laura here. Question for Jen. Can you tell me the month and where my daughter Sally will finally find her new husband? Very oddly specific questions. Any idea when Sally's going to find a new husband?
What's the mother's name?
Mother's name is Laura.
Sally. $13 months. I'm not going to tell you where.
Okay. Beth would also like to know when will I be flying to Florida anytime soon, and will it be a safe trip?
That's the same person?
Yes.
Let's try to keep it to one question per person, please, guys, so that we can get over to YouTube as well. Will I be moving to Florida?
Yeah. And will it be a safe trip?
I'm getting a no.
Okay. Nikki, Nikki, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, when am I moving? Should I start packing just in case? A lot of moving questions today.
Gabriel's saying you don't have to you don't start packing yet, but you could start eliminating the clutter, organizing things so it's easy to do so when it's time to pack.
That's right. Grandmux says she sent her subscription, but I have no red castle. No, you do have a little red castle. You can't see it, but I can, so you're good. Robin would like to know, should I rent the room I am going to see today or stay where I am? Robin would like to know.
She stays, he said.
Stay. Okay, Megan Angus. Hey, Mike and Jen. In the past, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Past, you talked about the archangels blasting you when you were down. What's the process for that again?
What's the process? Okay. Psychic protection. This is all psychic protection. Now, if you don't want to do it yourself, you say, God, send me your light. You imagine this light coming down to the top of your head, filling you till bursting. You can either blast it out in your mind. Don't put your hand up and do this like in the grocery store. People think you're crazy. Just imagine just this bomb blast of light goes out in all directions, and you're going to pull that back in and create your bubble and say stay. This is how a soul protects itself. It seems like imagination. It's not. If you are too down and just can't seem to do that, then you call in Archangel Michael like I do, put your arms out to the side and say, blast me. Like get rid of, I reject all evil. Make me clean. Cut all cords of attachment. That's when you lean on them. Or you can call Jesus to do that, and he basically just smiles and walks
pressure
and puts
wash
his hand on you, and you feel better.
Pressure wash all that nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Gloria Calhoun wants to know, will her pregnant daughter get over her stomach issues soon? She hasn't eaten in days due to diarrhea and refuses to call the OBGYN. Well, she should get
you don't want to mess around with that with diarrhea when you're pregnant, because it can induce a miscarriage. Or go into labor. So you want to and dehydration is really bad. I mean, if she's just not eating or vomiting or something, that's pretty common, but she really needs to either call a nurse line or something and let them know about that.
Yeah, and if it's morning sickness, there's things that can help with morning sickness. It doesn't sound like morning sickness, but
no, that's something, morning sickness, yeah, you're gonna have that. But that kind of thing, we don't want that to go on too long.
That's also easily curable. Look it up online. I'm not going to say it because all the ladies will get torqued off when I tell you what the cure is. Good morning, Mike and Jennifer from Cool Raoul, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Question for Jennifer. My father, Rudy, has been gone. He died in 1989, and I've been thinking about him lately. Can you find out how he's been doing? Thank you. Cool Raoul. Raoul. How's his dad, Rudy?
Random. He's been dancing. So like he's a fun guy over there. He's having all kinds of fun. But he has been to visit in the last couple weeks. So what happens here is when you have a loving connection to somebody and you think of them, even if you're like longing for them or you're having a hard time and I wish dad was here or whatever, it's an energetic signal that goes out, kind of like telepathy, and they know, and then they think of you, and when they think of you, boom, they're there.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to dad in your mind. Tell him what you want to say.
That's interesting. Yesterday, there's a particular sports car that I have wanted for quite a while. Since I've known about the RV, I thought, well, when the RV happens, I can get me one of these. I like it. It's very expensive, and it's not commonly seen on the road. Now, from here, our house to Angel Park, where I take Barkley in the afternoons, is 1 mile. It is literally a 1 mile drive. 2 stoplights, 1 mile. I saw 2 of those cars yesterday. Now, my feeling when I see that is God, Jesus, whoever, is either doing one of 2 things. Either they're telling me it's coming, it's right around the corner, or they're asking me, are you sure this is still the one you want? So do you think that's true, Jen? And what do you think about that experience for me yesterday? Because you just don't see them.
Well, we do get signs, are you sure this is still the one you want? But that feels more like it's coming kind of sign.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. It was more like it's coming, not are you sure you still want this one? Because there's better ones out there. But.
Well, a lot of people are getting it's coming signs lately.
Yeah. Good. So, but again, you got to pay attention to the signs, right? And I'm not saying it was a Ferrari, but if you really dreamed of having a Ferrari and you suddenly start seeing them all over the place.
Yeah, what the best sign is when you're not looking for it.
Yep, and I wasn't. So, yeah. Hi, Mike and Jen. Kathy Clem, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen, when do you see my husband head back to Kansas to finish our remodel? Probably help if we had your husband's name, Kathy, but Kathy Clem would like to know when her husband is heading back to Kansas.
I know who that is. A month.
Chris Packer, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, would like to know when she will get her equilibrium back.
No, I just did a healing yesterday. Let's hope for that. Yesterday, day before, or something like that. I think you're going to notice a real difference within 4 to 6 weeks. It's coming back, like little by little.
Yeah. Carissa gives us a $10 Rumble rant. Thank you, Carissa. We appreciate that. She says, did Adeline see all the angels she said she saw yesterday? If so, they said they are here because they are excited and for protection. Can you ask excited about
That's awesome. We have to talk about that. Yeah. So it's not. It wasn't like people walked in the room. It was like a flashing back and forth, and then there was information given. That's something we need to talk about. A lot of people will see the vibrational, spirits in a certain vibrational spectrum that's closest to ours. Like earthbounds and things like that. Seeing angels like that. That's not as common to be able to see high vibrational entities like that.
Yeah. I knew a psychic who could see angels, and I tried to hit on her and she wouldn't talk to me. I guess
she knew.
I had too many around me or something. Yeah. So
no comment on that.
Yeah, good, because it's get you in trouble. Grandmux is now a monthly supporter. Little Red
Thank
Castle.
you.
Okay. Yeah, Grandmux. Finally, I got my castle. I do have a question for Jen. My daughter Sally. This is Laura. My daughter Sally would like to know what. Oh, we already asked that question. Okay. All right. We already asked that one. That's a repeat. Scott, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. I'm leaving Saturday for Florida. Will I have any travel issues?
Is that a Scott we may know?
I don't think so.
Okay. Scott. Let me pull off from the Scott, I think it is, and get to this one. Okay. No. Just traffic delays, it might be road construction.
Travel stuff. By the way, yes. Also, thank you, Love Trumpy. Hit that that thumbs up button over on Rumble. Please, everybody hit that. That helps us get more circulation recognized in Rumble and grow the audience. Love Trumpy also says, Jen, you look beautiful. I never said she looked beautiful.
Thank you.
I just said her hair was not quite up to standard.
Dude, I could say so many things. But let's move on. Let's do that.
Hi, Mike and Jen. LV Adams. Victoria Adams. Victoria. Hi, Mike and Jen. When will I get a raise at my day job? Victoria Adams.
Well, it's scheduled for September. If you're still there.
Cool. Christy, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, Jen. You see my husband, Doug, making it to the RV. He's dealing with some critical medical issues, and we're looking forward to setting up our healing appointment with you.
What's the name? The wife's name? And I can't tell you when people are, if and when they're going to pass. That's not going to be. Only God knows the day.
Christy is asking about Doug.
He'll be fine.
Cool Raul says August 23rd, 2022 was the day his mother passed. Interesting. Frederica. Hi, Frederica. $5 Rumble rant. Janice Frederica, do you see me convincing my mom Yolanda to get in a med bed? And why is she not talking to me?
She's having cognitive issues.
Okay.
So as far as the question, getting her into a med bed. she has to agree to go if somebody has not been assigned healthcare directive, so they don't have rights to make decisions. Why don't you go first, get her a ticket, and then make an appointment for her? Because then she'll see the difference in you. Okay.
Okay. Connie Anderson, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, my son Aiden is recovering from pneumonia and consistently wakes up at 4 and 6:30 a.m. coughing and gasping for air because of thick mucus. It's only really bad overnight. Will he be okay? In other words, are the doctors doing the right things for him? Is he on the path to recovery? That's what I think the question amounts to.
Yeah, but you might want to talk to them about adding in like some Mucinex to loosen that up and get it out. Because he's got a lot in there that he's still has to get out. And make sure he's on some serious antibiotics because there is a lot of green stuff in the bronchioles there.
I had walking pneumonia when I was 12, and it was like the most disgusting cough medicines, 3 or 4 different ones, 4 teaspoons, 4 times a day. It was absolutely miserable. So I sympathize. Lisa J, $5 Rumble Rat. Hi, Lisa. Jen, do you see me being able to retire soon? My health is not good regarding physical pain and inflammation. Lisa, on the assumption other things don't happen.
One way or another by the fall.
Okay, you're retired by the fall. File for disability.
Yeah, one way or another.
File for disability. Super Dave, a.k.a. Pork Chop, $100 Rumble Rant. Dave,
I love you, Dave.
Fucking rock star. You're a rock star. No question today, but it would be cool if you could ask 1 or 2 non-Red Castle folks questions on me. I have done that, and I will do it if I see another one that I think is important. I will definitely do that.
That's nice, Dave.
Marilyn would like to know if she and Justin are romantic soulmates.
No, soulmates is misused a lot of time. Kindred spirits, yeah. Doesn't mean and even don't get me going on soulmates, but kindred spirits sometimes just because you're a kindred spirit and you've chosen to spend a period of time together doesn't mean you have to be together forever.
Yeah, I'm a kindred spirit with Libras. I don't think it would be a very good idea for me to marry one. Okay, they're a blast to be with for a period of time, but they're not like marriage material.
Well, when I say kindred spirit, I mean somebody from home that you plan to spend a period of time here and have a very close connection with.
Yeah, I love
her. Have that close connection with because you know them. They're in your soul clique at home.
Yeah, serious love relationship. Mm-hmm. Patriot Sonia, so grateful to you, Jen. Mike, you always make me laugh. Thank you for your witty humor. Go stick that one in your pipe and smoke it, Jennifer Faladoring. Patriot Sonia loves my humor.
You know you're screwed now, right?
If I was married to you, I'd be afraid of you.
You're on the shit list. All right. You're on my shit list, and I will decide when to execute that.
Jen has a plan. It's just a question of
it's only a matter of time.
When will it come down? Super Dave, aka Pork Chop, says, Jen, it's so awesome that you promote Susan and Marcy too. All 3 talented editors.
Those are my girls.
Yes, they are. Okay, Christina Thompson, Little Red Castle, $5 run subscriber. Hey, Jen, Christina here. When do you see me leaving my current job? I've been quite conflicted on if I was to immediately leave my post RV or if I should provide a decent notice to them.
I can't tell you when to leave your job. Best thing right now is nobody should be leaving their jobs until this thing is done.
Yeah.
Because if you do, then you're going to go try and find something else, and that's going to be hard, and you may not find something else. And if you do, you're a new hire, and we're going to get a whole lot more layoffs coming.
Yeah. I mean, if I were still working at a corporate day job and this happened and I had money in the bank and I went to the car dealership and bought my Ferrari or whatever I was going to buy, I just never go back. I just like, I wouldn't call in and say I quit. I'd just be like, I'm never coming back. Okay. Hi, happy Wednesday. Kim here, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. I'm leaving tomorrow from Florida to Kentucky to attend a family reunion on 8/17 and driving home 8/21. Will our trip go smoothly with no problems there and back?
Yeah. It'll be good.
Okay, Holly, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, hi, this is Holly. My husband had to retire early due to my disability. Will he need to go back to work before our RV?
I don't see where he does go back to work before the RV. I'm not seeing that.
Okay. Susan Gretz is here. I don't have a question. I just wanted to remind Jen and Mike how amazing she is. And Mike, you are as well. One of a kind people. Thank you, Susan.
I love you, Susan.
Love
my
you,
buddy.
Susan. Chrissy gives me Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Okay, guys, I think I got a little late. I think you're wrong, Jen, and I hope you're wrong. It doesn't matter because we're told currency pays out completely and completely now. It's all over the place. Okay, well, I hope you're right too. I hope there is no delay till we go to gold, but I suspect Jen's timeline is probably pretty accurate because it makes a lot of sense that they wouldn't give you the gold-backed money until we're in a gold-backed currency system. So,
yeah.
Denny Hawkins, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. I would like to know my guardian angel's name, please, and thank you. Sorry about that, but it's the first time he's asked a question. So,
what's the name?
Denny Hawkins.
It's female. I have to see if this is your guide or your angel. Elizabeth, it's guide. She'd rather you talk to her.
Hi, Jen. This is Diana. Do you see me quitting my job soon? Thank you for both of you.
Yeah.
Okay, Rippy Miranda. I assume your name is Miranda. $10 Rumble Rant. Thank you, Rippy Miranda.
Thank you.
I'm curious how long you see me living with my sister, and will I be staying in Colorado for the winter? Miranda.
I do see you meet up with your sister. I'm not sure if you're staying with her. But I do see you both talking about plans for the winter. So I think that's a good possibility. Yeah.
Miranda, by the way, is such a beautiful name for a girl because it's very Shakespearean and really nice. So don't name your daughter Jane. Sorry to any Janes out there. Name her Miranda.
Yeah, or Jen, because that's just boring.
I didn't say that.
I'm gonna kick your ass later. You know that? You're like
look at
one after another today. You're like the annoying big brother.
You are picking on me today, little sis. Karen, Little Red Castle. Will I purchase a summer home in Westerly, Rhode Island?
It is in that area. It's like I feel like it's a little bit off. I do feel it's somewhere around that area.
Lori Bakemeyer, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, do you know when my Jennifer and I will heal our relationship? I have no idea what caused this.
Pretty soon. At least by the holidays. You guys aren't ever going to like split up. She loves your mom. She's being a brat. She knows you're not going anywhere. She loves you. It's going to get fixed.
So Mark had some guy on his show last night, Chief Fast Horse. I thought it was Chief Batshit Crazy Horse, but Chief Fast Horse. Do you get any kind of a vibe from Chief Fast Horse Asks Greta, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber.
I did not see that interview, and I can't really. I'd rather see it first before I comment. But normally, I don't bash people or tell you that they're right or wrong, or I don't really get into that.
My comment is simply don't get excited.
If you have something specific that he addressed that you'd like to ask me or ask the angels about, some information, then I can give you my take on it. But him as a person, I'm not gonna address that.
Lisa, hi Jen and Mike. Can I ask people are people actually getting jailed for memes in the UK, or is it part of the movie /Awakening?
No, that's fear circling. They're trying to get people to stop putting their opinion out. They're trying to quiet people down. I don't think they're actually getting jailed unless they threaten somebody's life. Yeah, I don't get that.
Okay, well, I liked Elon Musk's response to that. By the way, our friends, where are they? Jim and Regina, they got a new puppy yesterday. Where are the pictures? I had pictures of the puppy. Anyway, I'm going to try to get to that before we get to the other show.
All right, let's get to the YouTubers.
Danae, Little Red, is now a monthly supporter, Little Red Castle, $5 a month. Good morning, Mike and Jen. Sorry I had to resubscribe. I have kids, Cam and Isabel, leaving for college soon. Do you see any disruptions with the start dates because of political or military issues?
Not yet. But there may be a period of time where they get like a week off and go home. Possibility on that.
I thought Chrissy also agrees with me that he was somewhat batshit crazy. Yeah. Okay, let's slide over to our own chat and see what questions we have over on YouTube before we get out of here. Okay, Ron's here. Hi, Ron. We love you, man.
Right.
Hello, everyone. Uncle Ron. Will Starliner return to Earth with the 2 astronauts it brought up from the ISS?
It does return.
Wow. Okay. Name of guide.
Not sure when, but it does return.
This is a good one. Are we going to have to play out this show until after the election? And I know we asked this, but I think we need an update. Are we going to an election, or is this all going to come tumbling down before we even get to November?
At this point in time, and as the way the timeline is now, without changes, I don't see us waiting on that. I do see a big. There are going to be crashes. There is going to be a big problem leading up to the. I do see a lot of changes and leading up to the election, but it's kind of like after, we RV and we're sitting there just watching it. But yeah, for the surface level people, it's not going to look pretty.
Okay, Jen, what's your take on the pole shift and when it might happen? Also, our guardian angel thing. Okay, what about the pole shift stuff? Guys, I've researched the pole shift. There's no pole shift coming. Okay, it's not happening, from what I can tell. Jen, do you get anything counter to that?
Well, I'm pretty sure that if the poles shifted like they say they're gonna, everybody would die.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at that. Is everybody going to die and cease to exist because the pole shifts anytime soon? Not likely, no.
Okay. Banks and redemption centers are taking a percentage off the top. That is their interest, right? Not out of our cut, not out of our end, out of the government's end, is my understanding. But that's how they need us to survive. Is that
No, what they want you to do. They're not going to take a cut out of your. They're going to give you certain rates. And the exchange rent so the exchange center gives you certain rates, and then the exchange center gets higher rates from when they turn it into the treasury, and then when the treasury gets higher rates when they turn it into the country. So everybody makes money. So it's not like that. And then the big banks are involved because they want you for wealth management. They want you to put your money in their bank and invest it. And at that point in time, they will pay you to hold your money.
Okay, so Jim and Regina Mitchell have a new member of the family, a new little corgi dog. There's Regina with, and there's Jim with the little dog.
Barkley's oh my God, I've always wanted a corgi. They're so cute.
Barkley's going to have, that's a little Aussie. That's his her brother. So, and I forget her name. What's her name again? Pick her up. Those floppy ears.
They got the corgi. I've always wanted one.
They got the corgi. Yeah.
It's like a big, because I like big dogs, but it's a big dog, little legs.
Her name is Lucy. Lucy the corgi.
So cute.
Very cute. So congratulations to Jim and Regina with a new member of the family. Jim
Yay.
is such a softie. Such a softie, Jim.
5 minutes.
Jan, this is Denise. Do you see us buying the house in Huntington Valley with 62 acres after the RV?
Yeah. That one hit me right away. That's a bullseye right there. Yeah.
Jen, my mother, Junie Norman, is in the hospital. She wants to come home. They keep delaying it. Will she be home soon?
It might be another couple weeks. They're watching some infection or they're watching progress on something. Yeah, she's not ready to go.
Chris Pagan says, taking the Jeep on a 4-hour beach trip on August 23rd. Will we arrive to and from safely? It could be a big day. So, yeah.
4-hour beach trip? I want to do that. Jealous. Okay, so arrive there safely. Yeah, you might get some good news just before or after. Have to turn around and come back, but yeah, you'll be safe.
Scott Ferguson, a friend of mine, Tony Z, had a reading with you, and you told him he will find his future wife and be walking on the beach in October. The question, does he already know her? Does he already know this woman? Will he just, hey, there you are. I haven't seen you in a while. Or is it? Yeah.
No. She's new.
You will meet her. Ferraris are not overrated. They are Ferraris. Look, I'm sorry. If you own any sort of sports car luxury brand that isn't in Formula One, they're not a real luxury sports car. Lamborghini, you're not real. You're like, yeah, you're fake Italian sports car. Jan, I've been going back and forth from Buffalo to San Diego the past year. Am I finally going to stay in Buffalo more than a few weeks? Keep getting called back to California for family medical emergencies.
Well, I think just when you're not called back for something bad, you start to move around for something good. Like you leave Buffalo often and you're doing something else.
Yeah, having been to Buffalo, it's not the place you want to be after the RV.
I think you go back and then I see you going somewhere in the winter. And then I see you walking around talking to people because you're planning something. So that's what I can tell you right now. Good. I have to go. I have to be on the phone in 2 minutes.
Okay.
And my earphones are over there.
One last question. before we go, Jen, by the time we're on next week, it'll be Monday. The Democratic National Convention will have started. Will Kamala Harris and or Tim Walz, will they still be the nominees at that point, or will something dramatic happen to either to the Democratic ticket between now and then?
They will attend. There's some question. Right now, there is some question if she will be the nominee. At this point in time, the plan is to push that forward with her.
Okay.
All right. Gotta go.
All right. Thank you guys for being here. I will be on later with the original Mark Z for Whiskey and Wisdom. Please join me and him then.